Hi there, I'm DeDe, and for this 30-minute session, we'll perform some seated as well as optional standing exercises, which we will make easier or harder with the addition of one or both arms or one or both legs during the motion. So we'll either move one or both. You'll have the option to move no arms or no legs at different times. Here's what you'll need to be able to do this successfully: a sturdy armless chair, some athletic shoes, plenty of space, some water for hydration, and you'll need to give yourself permission right now to only do what feels comfortable for you and to skip something if it doesn't feel comfortable, or take one of my options. All right, so let's start out sitting away from the back of the chair, tall and straight through your spine. Your feet are in line with your hip joints, your knees, your thighs, your shins, all in one line. Brace your core so you can pull your back ribs into your body. Now we'll take the arms down and we'll inhale, draw the arms back, and then exhale, let them come forward. So making things tougher, making things easier, I want you to use your own common sense and your own discretion for what's right for you. And what's right for you on one day may be totally not right for you on a different day. So keep that in mind as well. Inhale and exhale. Try to bring your arms further back if you can. 2 more. And then the arms come down, and one arm goes forward, one arm goes back, and then we switch. Now you can keep your elbows bent here if that feels more comfortable for you, or you can straighten the top one, or you can straighten the one that goes back. Just see how it feels. Breathing in and breathing out, and not holding your breath at any point. All right, now let's take the arms out to the sides. Inhale, exhale, look over your shoulder. Inhale, twist your torso, turn your chest. Again. Lift the crown of your head upward, like it's going to touch the ceiling. Press your feet firmly down into the floor and try to keep your legs from wiggling or wobbling. One more. All right, and then we inhale, bend your elbows. Exhale, one hand comes down, one arm goes over. Inhale, exhale, your hand comes to the seat of your chair. And if that's not available for any reason, you can put your hand on your leg. We just want some support for our lateral flexion here. So a little support so these muscles can stretch. Now we'll take the feet out wider, out toward the corners of the seat of your chair. Inhale, hands on your legs. Exhale and tip forward from your hips. Now here's an example of using both arms in order to make it easier. So this is more supported. So this would be less supported. You want to try that with me? Make sure you don't twist right now. You're just going straight down and straight up. So that's a little bit less support, so it's a little tougher using one arm instead of two. Both hands on your legs. How about the other arm? So if we take away part of the support, then our core muscles have to make up the difference. And that makes it a little tougher. Now both hands on your thighs. Inhale, shoulders down. Exhale, forward and twist. And then switch. Turn your rib cage. So doing only what feels appropriate for you. Besides skipping something or taking one of my options, it might mean that you're moving more slowly than I'm moving. Or sometimes, in rare occasions, maybe you move more quickly. Make sure you're doing something that's right for you. Now let's inhale to the center, exhale forward. Hold it here. Shoulders down, lengthen out through the crown of your head. Lengthen back through your tailbone. Feel that strong neutral spine. All right, and then we sit back up. So we're going to step the foot in, out, in and pause, and then in reverse, out, in, out and pause. Now let's do the other leg. In, out, in and pause, and then reverse, out, in, out and pause. Can we do it without holding on? Try it. In, out, pause, make your foot light, activate your core, out, in, out, switch. Try not to lean back now. Stay tall. Out, in, out, and pause. Now let's try a little faster. In, out, pause, out, in, switch. Pause, and switch. Try not to lean back. Now can we add some arms? Across, across, and switch. One arm is okay. 2 arms is fine too. Leaning back though, that's not an option. If you find yourself leaning back, just lean forward a bit and then try to hold yourself there if you can. Now how about elbows? Together, together, as close as you can get to together. One more. Now hold it, inhale, exhale, forward and twist. And then we'll switch, forward and twist. And then come back to the center. Now we're turning all the way to our side. So hold on to the chair, maybe the seat and the back of the chair is good. So we'll be in 90-degree bend in both of our knees. Now we'll activate the glutes and rock the pelvis to stretch the hip flexors. Stretching as we rock the pelvis forward and back. 4 more now. Try to keep your torso upright. Now let's just hold, and then we'll inhale, open, sweep the arm open, exhale, sweep the arm toward the back of the chair again. So we're holding on with one hand. We're keeping the stretch in our hip flexors. Now, if you feel comfortable doing it, how about both arms in motion? Remember, you need to feel safe and comfortable doing this. Don't take any chances with your balance. 2 more. 1 more. All right, now, while you transition to the other side, hold on to the chair. So it's key that we're at the front edge of the chair, this being the front edge. Now find your 90 degrees with both of your knees. You're sitting up straight and tall. Now let's start to rock the pelvis. Forward, back. So activating the glutes to create the stretch as we rock the pelvis forward and back. All right, now just hang out here, keep the stretch. Let's start with one arm. Inhale, exhale, and twist. Again. Now you don't have to turn your head, you can keep looking in one direction. But if you want to challenge your balance a little bit more, then you can try turning your head. Now can we try both arms? Easy does it. One more. All right, now we're coming back to facing forward. How did you do with that? So there's an example of using 2 arms to make it tougher. Let's go up and down on our tiptoes now. We'll resist with our hands, pushing down with the hands as we lift up with the legs. Make sure you're not holding your breath. So I don't know about you, but when I'm pushing down and lifting up at the same time, I really feel that in my abdominal area. How about you? Where do you feel it? Four more. One more. Now let's alternate a heel out in front. Right and left. So make sure you're back to where we started. You're sitting up straight and tall. You're not against the back of the chair. Activating some of our leg and hip muscles here. Let's add the opposite arm across, kind of like you're reaching for your toes, but you're not changing your torso position too much. Now how about both arms? Alternate the arm that's on top. So with the arms and the leg in motion, this is a little bit of cardiovascular training, as well as balance and muscular endurance. And since we're remembering which hand is on top, it's a little bit of brain fitness too. Now extend your leg. This time, instead of touching the heel down, let the leg straighten. And just a reminder, don't lean back. If you feel the need to lean back, you might be straightening your leg too much or lifting it up too high. Speaking of high, let's bring the arms a little higher. Feel free to bend your elbows here if you need to. So did you know that your heart rate automatically goes up when you raise your arm above your heart? So right now we have both arms up, if you're doing both arms with me. So you may feel your heart rate come up. You may start to breathe a little faster. So you may feel some fatigue starting in your leg or your core muscles or even your shoulders and arms. We're almost finished here. 2 more. All right, bring your feet down, shoulders back and down, hinge forward, hold here. We can rest one or both forearms on our thighs. Make sure your neck is long. Don't let it disappear into your shoulders. And then we're sitting up. All right, so we'll move our feet out to about shoulder width. Turn the toes out a little bit. Hold on to the chair. Let's do some torso circles, starting this direction. Around. Reverse. Reverse. So we're keeping the back long and straight. Moving from the hip. Now, if you can put one hand on your hip, do that. What about the other hand? So now we're no longer holding on to the chair, if you feel like that's appropriate for you. So now we have less support. So this is a little bit more about balance now. So you're shifting the weight to one hip and then over to the other. Now we can make this even tougher for our core muscles by having one arm across your chest, maybe both. So as you go forward, you feel that your feet are heavier. Yeah, we're shifting the weight into our feet. So make sure that your feet are in a good place where they can support this extra body weight. Have your ankles right under your knees. Now in the middle we stop, shoulders away from ears, your back is long and straight. Inhale up, exhale forward. So you know the option, right? One or both hands on your legs. We did this earlier. Do you feel the work happening in your back muscles? Maybe your hips and legs too? Now we hold it here. Support with one or both hands if you need to. Twist to one side slightly. Twist to the other side. Now think about, instead of turning your head, think about turning your chest. Really drive your feet into the floor. That will help you to be stronger through your middle. Come back to center, hands on the legs, come on up. Roll your shoulders, let your arms hang down, walk your feet in, and then we'll rest our forearms. Stay here for a moment. So support with your forearms so you can relax your back muscles a little bit. We want to do that if we can. Relax your neck. All right, then we're coming up. Now we'll do what's called a syncopated movement. That means we move at slightly different paces with our feet. Step out, out, step in, in. Now the other foot. Step out, out, in, in. Now this foot again. Out, out, in, in. This one. Every time we'll switch lead feet. Do it again. Can you do it a little faster? Switch feet. Switch again. How do you feel with this? Can you hold on with only one hand or with no hands? Then we can add some arms. Out, out. In, in. Out, out. In, in. So you can do them almost simultaneously, but I don't want you to jump both feet off the floor at once. It's actually very effective to do it in this syncopated way, a little safer. So be stable through your middle. Don't let it be too wiggly or wobbly. All right, stay here. Now, hold on to the chair. Let's try to do it a little faster. Start with this leg. Out, out, and in. Out, out, in, in. Now switch. Out, out, in, in. Out, out, in, in. Out, out, in, in. It's okay if you don't change lead feet every time. You're still getting great balance and stability and a little bit of cardio workout. Now, how do you feel about one arm or maybe both hands not holding on anymore? Can you do it? It's okay if you and I are on different lead feet. We're still here together, moving, getting fitter. Now stop. Tap your toes. Tap, tap, tap. Sitting up tall. Relax your arms. As you tap your toes, roll your shoulders. Can you do both at the same time? Try it again. Yeah. All right, up on your tiptoes, up and down. Press down with your hands, resist. Here we go. Resist. So part of being able to balance is having a strong middle so you can stay grounded and stable. So that's why I like to do a lot of core work in our sessions. They say the stronger your core is, the stronger your arm and leg motion can be. Because if you think about it, all movement comes from your middle. Remember, your core is everything except your arms, your legs, and your head. All right, now we're going to stand up. You have the option to stay seated here, but we're only going to stand up this one time. We'll do a few standing things, then we'll sit back down. So I encourage you to join me if it's possible for you. All right, easy does it. Stand up. Make sure you're not lightheaded. We'll walk to the side of the chair. We'll hold on to the side of the chair, or you can go to the back. I'm going to be at the side so you can see my feet better. Feet underneath your hips. Let's go up on the tiptoes and down, or you can go up on one set of tiptoes at a time. Okay, either way. Up and down. So I encourage you, strongly encourage you, to keep a little bit of light support going on the chair. Four more. Remember, you're doing only one heel at a time if that's better for you. And you can do all of this from sitting. Okay, now we're facing the seat of the chair. Our feet are still pretty much underneath our hip joints. Bend your knees, hinge from your hips, and take your hands down on the chair. Now we're going to find neutral with our spine. So make sure you're not here. Lengthen. Be neutral. You can also be up on your fingertips, up on your fists, or you can hold on to the back of the chair if the seat of the chair is too far away for you. Shoulders away from ears. Now keep the hand that's furthest from me down on the seat of the chair, and then take your other hand to your hip. Keep your knees soft and keep your back straight. Inhale. As you exhale, try to turn your chest toward me. Stay here. Pull your abdominals in so they can help your back support itself. Keep your neck long. All right, and then we'll come down. Now we'll go the other way. So it's your hand that's closest to me that's down. Your back is still straight. Put your other hand on your hip and then turn away from me with your chest. Remember, it's not so much about turning the head as it is turning the chest. And keep breathing now. and then come back to the center. Now place your hands on your legs and hinge up. Make sure you're not lightheaded. Then we're walking around to the opposite side of the chair. Now take your outside leg back. Your toe is down. Tuck your pelvis forward. You'll feel the stretch in your hip. If you can, bend your knee and lift your foot off the ground. And if you can, comfortably, successfully, you can hold on to your ankle with your hand. And then ears over shoulders, knees are side by side. Press your pelvis a little bit further forward if you can. All right, and then release that. Let's go to the other side of the chair. We'll do the same thing. Standing. If you're sitting in the chair, you can turn sideways for this and go back to that lunge that we did earlier. Take your outside foot back. Maybe you bend your knee, maybe you don't. Maybe you hold your ankle, maybe you don't. It's all good. Tuck your pelvis forward, chest lifted. Feel the stretch. Front of your thigh, right? Front of your hip. All right, and then release both feet down. Now we'll return to sitting if you're not already there. Right back where we started, away from the back of the chair. Now cross your right ankle over your left ankle, or help your right ankle over your left knee. Sit up straighter, taller, equal weight on both of your hips. And then if it feels comfortable, start to hinge forward from your hip. I probably don't have to tell you, this is a big stretch for our right hip. Can you feel it there? All right, then we'll come up and we'll switch. Ankle over ankle or ankle over knee. If you're doing the ankle over knee, try to have a straight line with your shin from your knee down to your ankle. Sitting taller, straighter. Maybe you tip forward from your hip, maybe not. All right, and then we're coming up. Take both feet down. Now let's separate the feet. Once again, our legs are out toward the front corners of the chair. Inhale, one hand on the seat of the chair or on your leg. Exhale, side bend. Stay here. Now you can keep your elbow bent or you can straighten it, but I only want you to do this if there's no pain or strain in your shoulder to do it. Come on up, inhale, exhale over to the other side. Make sure you're still lengthening through your back, leaning over, bent or straight with the top arm. All right, and then we're inhaling back up. Exhale, release your arms down, roll your shoulders. Now you'll make a fist and then take the little finger side of your fists against the side of your hips. Draw your elbows back and push your shoulders down. Stay here. Feel the stretch across your chest, the fronts of your shoulders, maybe through your upper arms too. All right, let's release that. Walk your feet in, hip joint distance apart, roll your shoulders up, back, And down one more time. All right, so how do you feel now? No matter where we are on our health and wellness journey, we can always increase our capacity for balance, stability, fitness, strength, muscular endurance, all of the stuff that we worked on today. So thanks for joining me, and until next time, be well.